In first part, we'll visit Fairbanks and its surroundings, Denali National Park, and have a look at Mount McKinley.
As you can tell, some of you, the roofing is actually sod. Now, sod was a roofing of choice because in the early area, it was cheap and easy to maintain. It was also easily accessible. A lot of building materials were not that accessible. As a result, they used.
This was Trans-Alaska Pipeline, which starts at Prudhoe Bay and ends at Valdez Crude Oil Terminal. The length of the pipeline is 800 miles, out of which 420 miles are raised due to permafrost. The oil emerges at 49 degrees Celsius and cools down to 47 degrees Celsius. This pipeline simply rests on its supports because the length of it changes by 5 miles throughout the year. The pipeline was constructed 11 miles too long for this account. Pigs are generally inserted inside the pipeline between pumping stations to clean the wax, prevent corrosion, and to ensure smooth flow of crude oil. This is a new design of the pigs. tourists are enacting the last step of recovery process of gold. We went downstream of Chena River on this turn-wheeler Discovery 3. Upon reaching the confluence of Chena and Tanana rivers, we disembarked and took a walking tour of a Chena Indian village.
Right there. To the restaurant, to the little snack bar we're gonna go.
Now, Bill's got a microphone in this airplane.
These single-engine planes can take off from or land on water, rough land or snow. Used primarily for carrying passengers, goods or mails to inaccessible places. The brave pilots of these planes are called bush pilots.
Then cut the power and just ride it in on a cushion of air. All three wheels ought to hit just about the same time, and he'll be home safe and sound. There you go. Boy, great. All right, Bill's going to swing around and wave to you. We'll encourage that safe behavior and wave back. That's your pilot, Bill Johnson.
Love of adventure that we have, and also the beginnings of a trust and be trusted relationship. And even though that's pretty easy to do out there because there are many obstacles out there on the trail. There's some logs to climb over, some water to swim through, some steep cliffs to go up, and we're there to encourage them over the obstacles, praise them on the other side, and most importantly, if it's too much for them, then we're there to lift them over it. And this way, they can start to understand that we'll be there for them at every stage in their life. And that is most important when they start running in harness and racing, that they can understand that we'll never ask them to go any farther or faster than they're capable of.
Well, it's sure been
Tempting when we see one of the pups being precocious out there on the trail to think that that could be a great champion. But we've really learned that it's through years of patience and bringing each dog around to their full potential before we can find out which ones are going to be the good sled dogs. And 9.5 months later, he went on to do the impossible. He led me to victory in the Iditarod, and he did it by pulling me through a blinding snowstorm that stopped all of my competitors. So we finished 14 hours in front of the second place musher who couldn't make it through the storm. And that made Granite the only lead dog to ever win 3 consecutive Iditarod.
Well, that is a remarkable achievement, and of course we join you in missing Granite. He passed away last winter at the age of 17 after a remarkable career, but is so glad that his energy and enthusiasm lives on in his children and grandchildren. And I know Maddie's not too excited about having all these newcomers at their house, and thanks so much and good luck in the future, Susan Butcher.
Thanks for stopping by.
Trailbreaker Kennel is fading away here, and we want to thank Susan and Dave Monson.
She was Susan Butcher, a pioneer for women in dog sled racing, who won the Iditarod Trail dog sled racing in Alaska 4 times.
Quickly, these guys can stick their noses down in a foot of snow and move their heads from side to side and clear off a big area of dry grass and moss to feed the whole family. They also use those hooves for shoveling, and that causes the Big Mac Indians of New England and up in Nova Scotia technical to be up in an airplane with a pilot like Joe Johnson and see 60,000 caribou crossing a lake. You soften it up, dogs ate it with relish, bones and all. The hens in the bedroom would be fed to the dogs in the summertime. So again, just like with caribou, nothing is wasted. Everything provided in the resource is utilized for something. Now once the fillets are peeled back, Dixie will score each side, and that means cut horizontally down to the skin to allow more air and smoke to get up inside there and thoroughly preserve that salmon on each side. So get your cameras ready. Here comes a great picture now as she holds this up. You can title this one Well-Dressed Chum Salmon on Banks of Canada. Compliments of Dixie Alexander. Dixie, thanks a lot.
Demonstration of dog sled. We are touring a Chena Indian village.
Around the village right now. After the tour, you will have 15 to 20 minutes to wander around on your own, take any pictures you may have missed. You'll also be guided each stop to answer questions you may have. But right now, we are at the summer home of Athabascan beaver artist Dixie Alexander. You'll say hi to Dixie. I hope she was familiar to you because she was the woman who was cutting up the fish right across the river. She's a very talented woman and she's well known all across the state as well as across the nation for her talents as a beaver artist. Summertime is just right here with her family. In the wintertime, she travels all over the state teaching younger generations on how to do beavers. She is originally from the village of Fort Yukon, the largest Athabascan village in the state, located just above the Arctic Circle. In a couple minutes, I'll be sharing with you some garments that Dixie's made, but first I'd like to tell you about the tanning crowns. They're ceremonial, and you must have many decorations on them, such as flower patterns. And on this maiden's dress here, you'll notice that there are patterns representing the bluebell and then the forget-me-not, which is the Alaska state flower. And the women would sew flowers that they found in the area right onto their garments. Now this is trimmed with beaver fur and also the Italian shells, which is a sea urchin that the Athabascans refer to as Indians. And the buttons on this dress are made of processed silk. On this chief's coat, we have more flower patterns. It's a little bit different though. These flowers represent animal tracks. See that if they would sew animal tracks onto the husband's garments, it brings us good luck when they're out hunting. Pointed tribes are the right here for the lake. We have the wolf, the three toes of the rabbit, and the white connecting these symbolic flowers are to begin dancing in the snow. This also is trimmed with beaver fur and also the Italian shells. The buttons on this jacket are made of cross sections from a moose. Garment that my good friend Kelly is modeling for you is also Athabascan and it was handmade by Dixie. It is an Athabascan Yukon style winter parka. The main body of the parka is made of muskrat, red hair, with river otter. The black and white diamonds you see are calfskin, and also there's many
Fairbanks railway station on a double-decker train.
On that project. And these gardens you're seeing here on the 3 o'clock side, those are all senior projects. They do little landscaping projects and experiment with different plants and stuff. Over here we have the hot animal husbandry area. But
The best part of that hotel was we were only a block away from business center.
Was there a lot of bowling apple and the golden heart was across. Did they have to call and dig and go and dig to bury them?
glacier fed river. And when the glaciers move, they are under tremendous pressure from hundreds of years of buildup of snow. And they're constantly moving forward. And as they move, they grind the rock up to very fine particles, and it's suspended in the water. And that's what you're looking at there. If you take a glass of that water home and set it on the counter, in a couple of weeks it'll eventually settle out. And if you can get the powder out of there and dry it, anybody's going to think that crafting one run will be coming down to this point. We're going to be slowing down now and going up into the Denali River Gorge. We'll be close to the river. You'll be able to see it on the 9 o'clock side. And hopefully we'll see some rafters coming down. And we might even see some dull sheep up on the across the river too. There's been some up there.
Yeah, right. When you look out there, it doesn't look like the bushes are as tall as they are. That's why it's amazing how quickly these animals disappear when it looks kind of flat and not too high out there. There's lots of lovely fishes and salmon.
Camera not be cool.
Thaws, recent thaws that form the crust on the top of the snow, and that makes it difficult for them to.
I went outside the bus to take a picture, but it was too windy and too cold. I could not hold my camera straight and steady.
I think that's a different bird. You know what it's called when they just kind of hang there in the wind without dropping their wings? It's called kiting. I'm not sure. Let's look at the birds. I'll have to have a chance.